Hello and welcome to the Wiggly Community Podcast. I apologize, it's been a minute. Life happens. Anyways,
Yes.
I'm your main man,
Rich.
and you guys.
I'm Ben.
I'm Jet.
I'm Cody.
Anyways, like I was saying before, sorry it's been a minute. A lot's been going on for all of our lives, but we're here now. We're here to make it up. And sorry if I sound like a dying horse. I am sick yet again. So, anyways, Jet, what are we here to talk about today?
Today, we're going to be talking about all of the Wiggles documentaries that have been released over the years.
Woo!
How about it, everybody?
Woo!
Anyways, so I would say shall we, but before we can say shall we, I think we should probably timeline this. So Wiggles have obviously made a couple over the years. So yeah, I want to start off with the first one, which what we all agree would be the Wiggles take on the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was actually studying like the Wiggles years, a Wiggle list of like each year what they've done in that year. They started filming. This is if Wikipedia is correct around 2003, which is pretty interesting too, because it seemed like a good majority of that footage is from like, well, obviously stuff going back to 2001 all the way to 2003. So basically, that's how I would timeline it. Is filming probably began like 2000, late 2001. By the time I was born, all the way up to like I don't know, probably 2004. Could be wrong. But probably by the time it was aired was 2006 because obviously they had like the Latin American Wiggles coming and yeah. Yeah,
And I think it was before Greg left too.
yeah, definitely. Interesting how it took him a couple years, of filming and footage. Yeah. Anyways, what was your guys' favorite moments from that documentary, or anything you guys would want to bring up for that?
Hmm.
The Taiwanese Wiggles.
Yeah, I'm really thankful that they're able to document that moment of like
Yeah.
of them actual meeting of like here's what's going to happen all the way up to them like doing that audition, not audition, but the little performance concert for the Wiggles themselves, to how it also showed them airing on Disney Channel Taiwan, I believe it is.
Yeah.
So the whole evolution. For me, favorite my favorite moment is a tie between the Wiggly Party footage from 2001, only because I was literally born during that tour. But also, I liked how it showed like here come the Wiggles in the Big Car Like to Ride, but also the I think it's the North America tour. I believe that would be 2003 with Sam. Getting to hear a little glimpse of Here Come the Wiggles with Sam, I thought was mind blown.
Mm-hmm.
But also, it's kind of like behind the scenes of like what Sam had to go through as an understudy, things you normally wouldn't see. Not that showed a lot, but yeah. What about you guys?
Well, I know when Sam did those early shows, kids would think Sam was Greg.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
I guess he was. I don't know if he was necessarily trying to, but I think it was Quint since he looked like Greg. It's also interesting. It wasn't until like he took over for Greg, like late to he started making his hair like his own. I don't know if that's something like had to look like Greg on purpose or not, but who knows.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that when Chris Luter filled in for Greg, I know he sure as heck didn't get a haircut. Yeah. All right. What about you guys, Kobe and Jet?
Let's see. My favorite moment is when they were was that the one where they were doing that commercial thing for that box office that they were talking about in the documentary?
I'm not sure in what way.
supposedly one of them had a bit where they were doing like ADR, I guess. I don't know if they were doing ADR,
I mean,
automatic dialogue replacement or automated dialogue replacement,
Are you
whatever.
talking
What happened, Kobe?
Sorry, I'm not used to using StreamYard, and me and my family just moved to a new house yesterday, and we won't. And the only way I'm able to do it is on my phone, and we don't have the Wi-Fi yet. So this is probably going.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I think I might know what you're talking about, Jet, but also not exactly sure at the same time either. Yeah.
Oh, and I like in the Taking on the World documentary where you got to see Brett as Henry.
Yeah, I think that might have been someone else, but I know that when they showed that guy, but then they showed Brett, how they look like little difference. But I can see why a lot of people thought that was Brett. We seen him fight.
I sure thought it was.
Oh yeah, no, I did too at first. Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Kobe? What was your favorite things from the Wiggle Second the World documentary?
Kobe, I can't hear you.
I can't either.
Okay, yeah, I was right. That is the correct documentary.
Yeah. But Kobe, do you have sound? Yeah, we can't hear you.
Hold on, look.
Oh, there you go. Your mic's on. Yeah. What was your favorite part about the documentary?
Yep, nope, can't hear him.
Mm.
Bless you.
Well, thank you.
You only get one sneeze per episode. I'm gonna
What?
I'll start writing them down. Anyways, I guess while we wait for Kobe to have sound, once you're able to get sound again, we'll have you answer. But
Excuse me.
Dang.
I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. I thought I turned my mic
Think-
off. I turned my camera off on accident.
think about.
Woo!
I'm sorry.
We'll leave that in there.
I thought I turned my mic off, but I turned my camera off instead. Man, I am so embarrassed.
We're gonna leave that in there. It's okay. I guess if we're to move on now, would be
Hey,
the
Kobe.
Hey,
I've
Hey,
never.
let's listen to Kobe. He's got his audio back. Let's listen to Kobe before we move on.
Okay, so like I was saying, my favorite part of the Take on the World documentary was like basically like the footage from like their concerts that they were doing around that time. Cause
Oh,
like
nice.
yeah, cause we never know when we're going to get like full like concert footage of those from one of those tours. So as long as we got it from that documentary, it's good enough.
Hmm. Mr. Motorcycle, I'm trying to do a podcast here. Do you mind?
Yeah.
I'm trying to do a podcast here. Do you mind? All right, now we can move on.
Just gonna. There we go.
Yeah, but I agree with you, Kobe, on that. That's really cool as well.
Yes.
Council's documentary would be the Live Hop Potatoes 2005, but actually filmed in December of 2003.
Yes.
That would have been the Lights Camera Action tour. Yeah, what were your guys' favorite moments on there?
I'm on the road with the Wiggles.
Yeah, is that what it said? Or
Yep.
did I say something else?
I couldn't like your audio cut off for me like while you were talking about it.
Oh, good. Okay. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, what were your guys' favorite moments from that? I'll have you guys start. And then...
Okay, just to clarify before we go into this, we're not talking about the Sam on the road with the Wiggles. That will come soon.
Yes. Yes.
Right now, we're talking about on the road with the Wiggles from 2005.
Yeah,
Right?
filmed.
Yeah.
Yeah, filmed 2003, released 2005.
Yeah.
Anyways, why don't you kick it off, Jet, about your favorite moments from there and what you liked about it?
I like seeing the fact that Ross Wilson got to do Eagle Rock live.
Hmm.
Because growing up, I always thought that was a Captain Feathersword thing, and Ross Wilson only did it for space dancing. But I'm glad that the first time I watched that documentary, that I found out that Ross Wilson did the song live.
For me, watching rehearsal for Central Park, New York, and like you said, Eagle Rock, where Captain Feathersword has to fly,
Yeah.
and when Jeff and Greg are learning drums.
Yes.
I thought it was really cool too. I think they're just having a drum off. Yeah. I was enjoying seeing Greg and Jeff play the drums because it's like not that often.
I'm surprised Anthony didn't have a drum off.
Mm. Yeah. Anyways, I guess I'll go next. I'm a huge geek for like how they really broke down with how they like show up to each like venue, set up their whole and they're like their gates get that in the air, how they go up in the from the air, just the lighting, stuff like a regular walk. That's what it's called. And also how they have like different vans to transport that huge set, and also how they got to show the mixing board. So with a full orchestra instead of just like a couple mics on top of that. They really would need a huge board. Well, mixer board, but just a board. Yeah, sorry, I'm a sound guy, and I'm too. Yeah. What about you, Kobe?
Hmm. Well, look, I can agree. Well, for one, you all know that. Well, because like I said this in one of our previous episodes of our. I said this in one of our previous episodes that one of my favorite songs from Life Hot Potatoes is Eagle Rock, and I liked how one part of the tour where they had like Ross Wilson's version, and the one that we got for the video was Captain Bellator's version, and how they actually did the whole flying sequence. And basically, I just let how well, because you know, like how much hard work it is to like put on a tour like this, and then it also shows like how much fun they have on and off stage. Basically, it's kind of like what we, because like whenever we get a chance to like see each other in person, we can probably pull something off like this.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of Eagle Rock with Ross Wilson live, before we move on, do
Hmm.
you guys think that Ross Wilson had to be harnessed up and fly like Paul Paddock, or do you think that was just something exclusive to Paul Paddock?
That had to be something exclusive to Paul Paddock because right, if you watch if you watch the Road with the Wiggles and he gets to the part with Ross Wilson just around, he did not fly. It was like similar to like how they would have like how they did it with the first Space Day.
I agree for more for Paul Paddock to do it because that'd be like a more of a spontaneous Camp sort thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it would have been cool to see him fly, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they both lived through the '60s, so they probably know about flying.
Imagine if that happens to one of us during a show, or one of us go flying.
I'd rather be I'd rather die on the other side of the curtain and backstage, just going up and down the ladder.
Mhm.
Your fate is
I'll
in
be the
my
one going.
hands. Up you
I'll be the one going up because if we did Fly Food Man, I could be like, I am Food Man, flying through the air.
know, just be up in the air the whole show. Okay, bye.
No, I don't want to be stuck
Kidding.
up there. I'll be like, hey, get me down.
No, I'm just kidding. We wouldn't.
What if that
Yeah.
happened to you, Jet?
Well, Jet wouldn't be the one flying.
Jet would probably laugh at me and make me laugh from way up there.
I'm gonna rock. Hey, what's that line?
Anyways, would you guys consider this a documentary since we're going in order? Actually, really quick, anything else you guys want to talk about for that documentary before we move on, or are you guys ready to move on?
Uh, I think we're ready. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I think we're
Yeah,
ready.
so, anyways, count or not, but like the big 50th birthday.
Hmm.
Yeah, I consider it a documentary. I mean, it.
A short one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I also think it was interesting too how they did two, one with Greg and one with Sam. I my commentary on that is I wish that for the beginning that they would have reshot the beginning part with Sam for the Samurai one, even if it was just like that freaking Racing the Rainbow show with Sam, even if it's just put on the Wiggle House on the set, like that'd be cool too.
Yeah.
But I did like how it's like how they're showing a lot of what I was noticing was like how the effect that the Wiggles had on the U.S. and like how they're growing in the United States, which was pretty cool. And also them getting that award, we'll get from the for the City Entertainment Center.
Mhm.
But also that's how we saw the Latin American Wiggles for the first time. So
Yeah.
that was what I like. What about you guys?
That is my personal favorite Wiggles documentary for that reason. Because of the tease of Los Wiggles. That is my favorite international group the Wiggles have. And I love that tease of Los Wiggles in the documentary, only for it to pay off.
I will say, when I first saw that documentary as a kid, and they had the fruit salad clip, I didn't realize that was the same. I didn't realize that was Fernando. I thought that was like a 30-year-old man. So I didn't realize that was 2020. That's like yeah, I didn't wasn't able to put two and two together. So I feel like I mean he was going through puberty really fast. Like every couple of years, like he looked a lot different. He looked like very every couple of years, which obviously happens during puberty. Yeah, I didn't realize. I was like, that's when also I realized that he was the first person to be the youngest Wiggle up until Sahib.
Yeah.
That's when I realized that hey, like he would have been 15 when they filmed that, and obviously that's what he confirmed. He was the yeah. I mean, Greg was technically the first teenage Wiggle, but Fernando officially was. And yeah, mad respect to Fernando for how well he pulled it off.
Yeah.
He was. I hate to say it. I mean, I don't mean to sound rude to everyone else, but he was one of the most skilled out of the entire cast. I mean, everyone else was very skilled and all did good, but Fernando was even at the youngest. He was still one of the best.
Yeah.
John Martin tried.
No, he still did good though. People,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like John Martin is very underrated as a captain.
Yeah.
I mean, from not like Paul Paddock had years of training to develop the role of Camp Fiddlesword. Paul Paddock, I mean, John Martin just had to show up at audition, just learn. I mean, he had some training, but not like years like Paul Paddock. So John Martin did very well. He had like very well. I don't care what people say. John Martin is a good captain. I respect him. What do you guys? I guess to get on back on topic to the 50th birthday documentary. What do you guys like about it?
I like the original version of Hot Potato and Rockabye Bear.
Oh yeah, I think I heard those two versions for the first time. That's what I didn't realize. I didn't. Yeah, growing up, I always thought there was just. I didn't realize that they refilmed Wiggle Time and Yummy Yummy.
Yeah, me too.
What about you, Kobe?
Yeah, well, one thing that I can say is that there's like a lot I liked about it. Like, basically, like explaining on like, how do I say this? I liked how when they mentioned like all the places that they have been through the 15 years.
That's nice.
Oh, and I like when they showed the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade clips.
Oh
That
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
That's why I respect him too. Like a lot of performers, I mean, rightfully so, were afraid to go out because that was probably. I think that was post 9/11. I don't know if that was. I think when they're in that little tiny car, that was in 2000. It was like obviously when they closed, that was post 9/11, and they could have easily like not done it, but yet they still did just to make some kids happy. Like they put their safety. They in a way compromised their safety to make kids happy. Like,
Yeah.
And I think they did concert at the firehouse at the New York fire station, and Sam covered for Greg, I believe.
We'll have to do more research on that and see. But
Yeah.
we also can't believe
Yeah.
everything. All right, Jet. Well, what's next? What's the next one?
Wouldn't that be On the Road with the Wiggles too?
Yeah, sounds about right. Leave this off.
Stop burping on podcast, Ben.
On the Road with the Wiggles Squeakquel.
I need to
Wiggle
stop myself from burping.
I feel like that would have been filmed. I almost want to say in 2008.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. Maybe some 2007. Yeah, I feel like it probably had to have been some parts from 2007, but that
Yeah.
I believe would have been the Pop Goes the Wiggles tour.
Yes.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't want to be the only one talking with me being sick. I don't want to be the only one talking. Didn't help me out. Hey, what were you guys hearing moments from that documentary?
Jimmy Barnes singing "Wake Up, Jeff."
Yes.
No, mine on Martin who introduced him. Yeah. No, that was definitely iconic. I showed Paul Field calling his doctor if that was in there. But yeah. My thing I enjoyed the most was I like the camaraderie that Sam and Fernando had.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you can tell Sam was definitely a mentor to Fernando.
What happened, Kobe?
Same thing happened. Just kicked me out because of slow Wi-Fi on my phone.
What was your favorite moment, Jet?
Well, I'm gonna have to agree with you, Ben. Jimmy Barnes singing "Wake Up, Jeff." That was great.
What
Also-
about you? Sorry.
Also, wasn't that the one that had the Jeff surfing scenes, or was that Great Adventures?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, it was Great Adventures, I
I
think.
think that
Maybe,
was
I don't know.
it. They had to meet Sam, Jeff, and Anthony.
What about you, Kobe?
His mic's. I
We
can't
can't,
hear.
we can't hear you, Kobe. Here, rejoin.
Yeah, leave and come back.
What was your favorite part of it? Rich.
Oh,
You
I
could fix.
don't really care. I said it before about how like I guess how they showed a lot of like Sam and Fernando together and the mentoring he was getting from Sam. Yeah. I guess
Kobe.
next up would have been
Kobe, what was your favorite part of on the Road with the Wiggles
2.
2? No.
Okay, my favorite part of the Sam era version of On the Road with the Wiggles is definitely Jimmy Bond singing "Wake Up, Jeff." Because honestly, it's not every day where something like that will happen.
Imagine Jimmy Barnes singing "Wake Up, Jet."
If we can make that happen, then you just never know. Oh, and basically like all the pictures of the Wiggles when they were kids. Just like okay, here's what I'm thinking. If we make a documentary one day, we can probably do something similar to this, but in our own way.
Yes.
Little Ben Wiggle.
When he was just 6 years old.
What's next? Or what was next?
I almost want to say, would this be called Down the Road with the Wiggle? What's that?
Wouldn't it be Great Adventures?
I think that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I was wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we already finished discussing On the Road with the Wiggles too.
I got the names mixed up. Oh, fuck.
Okay. It's fine. It could happen to anyone.
I almost want the filming could have been around 2010, or probably some parts filmed 2011. You could also film the behind the scenes for It's Always Christmas with You. I think some parts might have been filmed 2010. But yeah, I guess my favorite moment from that, to keep it brief, is how they showed Brad as the Red Wiggle, like Brad as an understudy for Murray. I guess more behind this, I guess more behind the scenes too. What went on? I guess like how they showed, like I guess what it means to be an understudy, how like Brad was tagging along with them, but also how they got Graham too to go out and play the guitar. They covered Murray's guitar parts. But seeing that clip, I'm gonna have to. I'm just gonna do it. Like, sorry, not sorry. But I really like for when they showed I'm not gonna play the full song, but like I feel like for when Anthony was teaching Graham like "Rocket by a Bare House," doing like this out of tune. That's right. I think it's A6. It was like yeah. So this thing I see Anthony. I mean yeah, play the open A. We can see that into the bar chord back to the open A. Then yeah. This guitar kind of sucks, but anyways, yeah. I thought that was inspiring. Yeah. And that was my 5 seconds of playing Rocket by Rivera on the guitar.
Woo!
Jet, what was your favorite part of that? Great Adventures.
I haven't really watched that documentary all the way through, but I am gonna say the concert footage, I guess, because that's
I thought you were gonna say Jeff surfing.
yeah. From what it seems like, apparently that was in On the Road with the Wiggles too.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
I think for mine, probably it's the behind the scenes of It's Always Christmas with You.
That's cool.
We'll wait for Kobe to come back to ask him.
Yeah. Rich, what was your favorite part of?
I think he said when Ryan understudied Murray.
Oh yeah, right. When Brad, it was Brad. He said, not Ryan.
Mm,
Yeah.
my apologies.
Sorry. My apologies.
I guess well, Kobe, there was some that I forgot to say. One of my favorite moments from taking on the world. Sorry to I wanted to retrace because I forgot. One of my favorite moments. I hope the stalkers don't find out where I live from saying this, but how I like how they showed quite a bit of footage that was from like my hometown. But I'm not going to say the name because of those stalkers. But even if they do find that town, like that's not my hometown anyways. That's all I'm going to say anyways about that. I felt like I was at home watching that because yeah, there was quite a few of those moments. But should we wait for Kobe? Move on to the next one.
Uh, yeah, we could.
Sorry, it's kind of unprofessional having a bunch of dead air.
Yeah, we could do that.
Was I think next was everybody clap, everybody sing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
That's where some Wiggle fans cried.
what are we gonna say, Jet?
I was forget it. I don't remember.
I really like how I like how they timelined everything. The documentary of the start of like the early years, which is my favorite era of the Wiggles in like the '90s, but most of the early years. I like how they did show how they went in depth and everything, how they went in depth with like how like Anthony was Kent for the sword and Wags the dog, and how like Paul Patty got started, how they touched on that, but also like how they talked about Greg's departure, went in more detail of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cry every time I watch that goodbye message. Every time.
But also like because now that we know that the Greg's goodbye message took a couple of takes, like that must have yeah.
Yeah.
That's looking for a new like documentary was they show like I don't know how much of that are gonna show, but yeah.
Yeah.
But also it's also really sad, like talking about like 9/11 and the tragedy that was and the hard things that happened. Like wow, like it was really eye opening too. Oh, your guys' turn.
Let's see. I like every time it cut back to one of the Wiggles. That that was always cool. And I especially love the opening to Everybody Clap, Everybody Sing. Like, oh my gosh, that is so well done.
It's so pretty.
Yes, it's so well done. I hope that only the documentary coming out in 10 days from now,
Woo!
8 days in Australia if you're talking about the premiere. But I only hope this new documentary that's coming can have an opening credits that rivals Everybody Clap, Everybody Sing,
Mm-hmm.
because that is their best documentary opening.
And I love the music.
Yeah, I know.
I bet like for the opening's gonna be incredible. I mean, the way they've edited it so far, just that trailer was very well edited, very well. I bet it's gonna be like I said. I bet it's gonna be incredible.
I love
Whatever
how
it
we
may
got
be.
to hear a little bit of Hot Tamale.
Yeah, but we'll talk about Hot Potato, the story of the Wiggles.
Whoops.
Yeah,
I think my favorite part in there is when Paul Paddock told the story on how he became the captain.
yeah,
And how they came up with the design of Dorothy, Wags, and the captain with from Jeff, Anthony, and Murray.
yeah,
And the cockroaches days too.
yeah.
And when the lady's like, "So Murray, how did Henry the Octopus get his name?" And Murray's like, "I don't know. Who's that?"
Yeah, I like how Mario wasn't afraid of throwing a joke. Like, just he
Yeah.
has really. I really feel like I feel what I'll say. I do wish that Paul Pack would have mentioned that, like, how he first filled in for Anthony, then for the characters, that led him to being on full time.
Yeah.
Why couldn't he have mentioned that he also filled in for Greg around that time as well?
Yeah.
I hope
None
they
of us,
show footage of that.
yeah, but I feel like none of us, up until we saw the picture, none of us knew that he filled in for Greg for the very cardboard.
No.
I feel like that would have been good to know too.
Yeah.
Mhm. I hope they show something like that for the newest one coming out in 10
Oh.
days.
Yes.
But anything else you guys want to talk about for that?
Well, I can't really think of anything.
Hmm.
I can't think of anything
So was
else.
that
Ben.
where they made since the hot potato? Was there any more in between?
There was a miniature one, a miniature documentary. I don't really know anything about it, but it was apparently on the Wiggles website
Hmm.
in 2021. It was released like during the time of We're All Fruit Salad.
Yeah, I see.
I think they made a small little one with just how Emma became the Yellow Wiggle and all the issues she's had when she dated Lucky. But I don't
Oh,
think that really counts.
I don't know. I mean, I didn't really watch it, but yeah, that was good for what they made.
I only
Um,
saw the trailer. I've never seen the official one.
Anyways, do we want to get back to 2021? The Beatles Get Back documentary came out. Like 6 hours of Beatles, seeing the Beatles rooftop concert. That was incredible. Anyways, now we'll
Oh,
to
before
get
we
back.
move on, sorry for cutting you off, but before we move on to Hot Potato, the story of the Wiggles, I think we should bring up the canceled one for the 25th anniversary a little
Actually,
bit.
about that. So I'll you do that.
That was so supposedly during the 25th anniversary of the Wiggles, there was supposed to be a documentary about Wiggle and Learn and Getting Strong with Greg. It was going to come out and then they canceled it.
Why?
I don't know. The reason never the reason happened. We just don't know why they canceled it. I almost said the reason never happened. The reason happened. We just don't know why they canceled it. We don't have any. We don't really have any information of that documentary, other than it was going to be for the 25th anniversary and that it was going to go into Wiggle and Learn and Getting Strong with Greg. Nice, Ben.
I can't stop.
It's fine. All right, now we can move on to yes, finally. The man, the goat, the legend,
The
the
big
undies themselves.
thing
Hot Potato, the story of the Wiggles.
that I like how it's not how they had like other people film and not just them.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say it. I'm so happy to see Sam back for that documentary.
Woo! And Paul Field.
Yeah. Well, Sam's been gone way longer, but yeah. Paul, yeah.
Yeah.
And Lucia. And maybe John.
John,
Big, strong John.
John's in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm glad to see that. I think it's so like epic for Sam because like he's been gone for 11 years.
Yeah.
11 years. And he just comes back to film it. Like, that's like a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like Sam did anything with the Wiggles in 2012 or anything. So it's like,
Right.
technically since like 2011.
Right.
Basically, 12 years if you count, basically count December of 2011. Like,
Yeah.
the fact that we lived to see the day of Sam doing something with the Wiggles, even if just a little like 30-second like sit down. The fact that he showed up to the Wiggles after 11 years
Mm-hmm.
is
Yeah.
incredible.
And him and Greg watching the goodbye message together.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. It would have been interesting if they sat next to each other while doing that.
yeah.
Because like how like when they filmed Greg passing this game to Sam,
Yeah.
it would him sit next to each other. I wonder if they ever to talk about Sam's departure on there. Oh, imagine Sam get all worked up and pissed off.
Sam would have probably been like, "We're gonna have attention, everybody. We have a small little a thing. Greg is back. I'm gonna give him back the skivvy."
No, Sam didn't say it like that, but yeah.
Well, I know.
It would be funny. It would be funny if they reenacted Greg giving Sam the skivvy. And then Sam just hands it back.
Oh, like I already did my 5 years.
Yes.
I wonder if they'll, you know,
I know he doesn't do children's music anymore. I mean, Sam doesn't do early childhood music anymore, but I'd rather see Sam be the second yelled fruit salad TV Wiggle. Like I'm just
I wonder if we'll see any.
and Sam actually knows what he's doing.
Yes.
I wonder if we'll see any tears coming out of anyone. And I don't know if they might talk about the happening in 2020.
I don't see why they wouldn't. So I don't. Yeah, and it seems like they're talking about like mental health and Anthony's depression. So
they're going deep.
That's what I love that. I love how they're going deep and talking about it. I'm glad it's over. I'm glad it's like an hour and a half from what we saw or heard.
I'm happy. I'm happy as well. I'm happy that even if he's not in it, that at least Philip is going to be mentioned.
I mean, at least he
said he was mentioned.
Yeah,
he didn't say he was in it. He just said he was mentioned.
I mean, I'm glad that he may not have gotten a segment. I wish he did get a segment, but the fact that they mention him after that Anthony actually mentions his name for the first time in 100 more plus years, whatever. This interesting. Anthony kept reaching out. I mean, Philip kept reaching out to Anthony, but yet now when Anthony wants something, he reaches out to Philip. It's like, I'm going to rant for a second. I think it's not cool that all of us are more in touch with Philip, or all of us are more in contact with Philip than Anthony. Like, reach out to Anthony, but yet, like, the only time Anthony gets back to him is when he wants something. And also, not only that, like, I get what happens back then is between them. It's their business, not ours. But it still seemed like that Anthony is still giving him that treatment. 30 years later, it's like, yeah, maybe there's a reason why Philip's more open with us.
Yeah.
Like literally, like, yeah. I just wish that the point of this, I just wish that Anthony would actually, like, I don't know, just be nice to Philip again and stop it. Like, they were friends for a while. Like, I get whatever happened, but it's like, It's just not cool to blow them off or to treat them like it's 1991 again. Like, I'm not cool with it. I mean, I say it because, I mean, I'm friends with Philip and I care about him. So that's why I say that.
Yeah.
All right, rant over.
I'm ready to see early content.
Yeah.
Me too. I can't believe they actually have like that audio. So if they have the audio from Hot Tamale, who knows? Also, what I'm really looking forward to is seeing like understudy footage of like Sam, but also
Yeah.
like I guess stuff from like Beer Car or Wiggly World or only like live or like early stuff, like early '90s stuff. But what about you guys? Enough of me. What about you guys?
I'm hoping that this does the job of the canceled documentary from the 25th anniversary
Mhm.
and goes into detail on Wiggle and Learn and Getting Strong with Greg.
Well, we kind of got a clip where Greg says, "Hi, we're the Wiggles,"
Yeah.
and there could be. I don't know if it's possible, but if I feel like we're gonna see a Greg version of a frog when a walking, because
I mean-
there's a picture somewhere. I saw it somewhere.
I mean, we've had the Greg version of a frog when I walk in for years.
Yeah, but not like the whole like live action version with like more animated.
True.
Like with the Sam instrumental.
Yeah, supposedly that instrumental was created before Greg left. So it's possible that if we
And,
get, that
and
if we
maybe
get frog when I walk in footage,
uh-huh.
that it might be with the Sam instrumental since that was created before Greg left.
And what about Smell Your Way Through the Day?
We already
Maybe
have.
that,
We
well,
already,
I know. I mean, I'm talking about with the like the instrumental that's in Getting Strong.
I mean, I don't. I mean, Smell Your Way Through the Day. I mean, that's a really good song. I don't really.
I really want to see a version of Greg singing "I Drive the Big Red Car"
Yeah.
because he did write it,
Yes.
and a few other ones for. Yeah.
Now, on the topic of Wiggle and Learn and Getting Strong with Greg, before we move on to the next topics about this documentary, do you guys think that Getting Strong with Greg would be like the album but in video, like all the songs in the album? Or do you think it's just the Sam version with Greg with live audio and sets?
Maybe.
I would say I'm wondering if they refilmed. Yeah, they had a live band when they did with Greg, but who knows? I think they might have been live band with Sam. I could be wrong. I feel like some of the songs would be in different keys because they'd raise the keys a lot for the Sam songs. So I thought the audio in like lower keys for Greg, but probably I think the first one you said.
Yeah. I'm hoping it's a video version of every song in the album because some songs in the album, in the Sam version of the album, got pushed back to other videos in the Sam
Mhm.
era.
Like you make me feel like dancing and stuff.
Right. So it would be cool if they literally did the album song for song,
Hmm.
video by video. All right, now let's get into other topics about this documentary.
Hmm. Hmm. I don't know if this will show up on it, but this is my lucky guess. Imagine if they show like early behind the scenes of the original pilot or like TV series 1
Right.
or of the movie.
Exactly.
I mean,
Kids screaming in the background.
yeah. I mean, technically, we had behind the scenes of Wiggle Time '98.
Sorry, Jet.
I mean, technically, we had behind the scenes of Wiggle Time '98 on
Only
YouTube. I think I
little.
remember that.
Only a little.
Yeah.
I still think that some of the stuff from TV series 1, some of the music videos like Dorothy's Dance Party would have been 19. I think that was from 97. So
Yeah, that one was '97. Same with unreleased Rum Bumpa Stomp music video.
And that balloon chase.
I saw a video somewhere. I think we said this somewhere before, probably. They went to the park. I think the same one where they filmed Go Kent Thistle Ahoy, but this would have been the year prior. It was in 97, late 97. I probably they filmed Here Comes a Bear, Joni Works with One Hammer, and Nicky Nacky Knocky New.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wish those songs would have made it, or we could at least see them.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, these songs did make it. They just use the Wiggle Time and Yummy Yummy versions,
Yeah.
respectively. But these songs did make it into the series.
I mean, minus Nicky Nacky Knocky New.
Right.
I wish we could have gotten that, though.
Yeah.
I wish we could have gotten the 98 version of We Like to Say Hello.
Yes.
That would have been great.
Yeah.
What other stuff would you like to see, Jet, if it's not on it?
Ooh. Behind the scenes of TV series 3.
Mm. Yeah. I like. Good answer. Good answer.
Yeah, because we don't really have any behind the scenes information about TV series 3.
Yeah, we really don't.
I think on Wikipedia, I could be wrong, but I think on Wikipedia, you could at least look up Wiggle Time '98, and you could see like behind the scenes pictures.
Hmm.
And I
Even so,
think that may be the same for TV series 1.
yeah.
It would just be the same pictures that are on the Wiggle Time '98 page, but
Yeah. I like that.
Mhm.
Anything else you guys want to talk about?
Hmm.
Anyways, thank you guys for I guess we'll wrap it. We good to wrap it up here then, I guess.
Kobe, what do you hope gets talked about in the hot potatoes, the story of the Wiggles?
In my opinion, I would like to see more Sam content that we don't
Yeah.
get.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah. I hope they don't just skip over the Sandmer in like 2 minutes. Like, all right, moving on. No,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
would
Yeah. So Sam replaced Greg in 2006. The end. Moving on.
I would stand up and walk out. Like, don't do him dirty like that.
That
Like, I
was
guess years isn't like much of an era, but that's still something.
yeah.
At least don't know, a minute and a half or something. Or no, I'd say 2 minutes at least.
Yeah, that would suck if they do Sam and us dirty like that.
Yeah, like, or as my grandpa would say, once upon a time, the end. Like, I don't want.
What's up on the time? The end.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I asked my grandpa to tell a story, and I say he would do it. It's the shortest story in the world. Why it's short, Grandpa? Once upon a time, the end.
I can see that being a song. Once upon a time, the end.
And then the song ends.
Yes, literally.
The end by Thomas Franklin McNally. Anything else to talk about?
I feel like we should. I feel like we should go into more stuff, but I don't know what to.
All right. I guess we'll just edit out the dead air, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, hopefully we get the original pilot footage from the original pilot, even if we don't get the whole thing.
I do believe there wouldn't have been much. I think Greg in his book said it was a very short pilot.
Yeah, he said Rockabye Bear and Hot Potato.
And I think it was Get Ready to Wiggle, and the shot of them at Wiggle Bay, which might have been probably been Rockabye Bear. It was them bicycle or something. Yeah, I think it's like them like bicycle or something. And then the station. Yeah.
Oh, I hope they show like more original stuff from the original Wake Up Jeff.
That would be cool.
Because that was Paul Paddock's official first video, but not for us, just for Australia.
Right.
How dare you, Australia?
Yeah.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
And to add on to that, hopefully we get footage from the original Wiggly Wiggly Christmas.
Please!
Yes.
Please, Wiggles! Please! And add end credits to your videos.
I already ranted about that. I don't want to rant about it.
That's for another episode.
Yeah. Maybe.
Anything else?
Not for me.
Speaking of original Wake Up Jeff, I'm gonna go into this in another episode, maybe. And I've already spoken with these guys about it before. Voice crack. I've already asked the question to these guys before, but now it's time to ask it on the podcast. Do you guys consider if OG Wake Up Jeff, original Wake Up Jeff, were to be released all of a sudden like tomorrow, would you guys consider that to be Paul Paddock's original debut, or
yes?
Mm-hmm.
I've heard somewhere that Anthony probably confirmed that they reshot some things for Barry Carr, so there was unreleased stuff of Barry Carr with Anthony in the blue. But yeah. It's always that weird timeline of like late '95 to early '96. I thought that the early Wicked Jeff stuff that's like unreleased, I thought that would have been filmed like late '95, but supposedly that's early '96.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if there is unreleased footage of Big Red Car with Anthony in the blue, then And does that mean that we technically got our first preview of that in that Wiggles video preview where it had footage from Big Red Car and Wake Up Jeff and all of them?
I guess probably so. I think.
Because I know if they did green screen, Anthony would be invisible.
Right.
Well, they didn't really do green screen though for that.
Yeah.
I mean, interesting though. They were like Daisuke Dudum and Henry's Dance. They were on a green screen, but yet Anthony still wore the teal.
Yeah.
I feel like they probably didn't do any backgrounds because Anthony would have gotten blended in. I'm
That would have
surprised
been
he
funny.
wore teal for that.
That would have been funny though, seeing Anthony just disappear.
Yeah, well, technically in Henry's Dance, Anthony wore a white shirt because he was playing Captain Bellatrix at the time.
Oh, 90. I'm talking about 90, 95 for Bigger Car.
Yeah, you guys know which video preview I was talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Look,
The one that ended
Wiggle.
with Dorothy the dinosaur.
Mm-hmm.
oh, yeah. Hopefully we get to hear from. I doubt it, but it would be cool if we got to hear from the Wiggles University professor.
Yeah, that would be cool.
It seems to be that she's still alive. So
Yeah.
yeah, she's probably like older, a lot older today, but yeah.
All right, I think this is a good place to end the episode off. What do you guys think?
I agree.
Uh-huh.
I'm not feeling well, and I'm kind of done. So,
We've been going on for an hour and 8 minutes. Woo!
anyways,
Our shortest episode in a long time.
What we like to do is watch the documentary airs, and we'll watch and like discuss it and kind of dissect everything that we like about it. Maybe we're gonna do kind of like
A review.
review. Like we also like compare like our predictions from this documentary compared to the next one. Like what things we got right.
Yes.
We'll be reviewing what we're saying now, things we got right and things we didn't get right, but also like reviewing it as well.
Yeah.
All right, so thank you,
So I
everybody.
guess that would be the next episode of this podcast, the review of the documentary.
It doesn't have to be, but we'll see. We'll discuss it, figure it out.
All right.
All right. Till next time, keep on wiggling.
Yeah, I've been Jet. That's been Rich. That's been Ben. That's been Kobe. And keep on wiggling, everybody.